Parvez Ravi, attorney at law, have been practicing for over 20 years. Our office is located by San Francisco Airport, specializing in employment law. Today's topic, piece rate or piece work pay in California. Piece rate compensation refers to a wage system plan when an employer pays his employees based on how many tasks are completed rather than simply on an hourly basis. Typical examples of jobs where the employees are paid on a piece rate basis are as follows. Automobile mechanics paid on a book rate. For example, brake job, 1 hour and 50 minutes, tune up, 1 hour. Drywallers paid based on the number of feet of drywall installed. Roofers paid based on the number of square feet of roofing installed. Carpet layers paid by the yard of carpet laid. Furniture maker paid by the number of furnitures made. Truck drivers paid by the number of deliveries made. Taxi cab drivers paid by the ride or number of miles driven. Technicians paid by the number of telephones installed. Nurses paid on the basis of number of procedures performed. Under California piece rate law, there are various rules that apply to your employers paying you on a piece rate basis to make sure that your employer's compensation system complies with the California law and that you're being compensated properly and paid for all the time that you spend on the job site and not just the time you spend completing a task that the piece rate plan is specifically designed to compensate. If you have been paid on a piece rate system, here are a few tips that may help you understand whether or not your employers are complying with the California piece rate law. In addition to all piece rate wages you earn performing specific tasks, you must also be separately paid an hourly rate of no less than minimum wage when you are waiting for work or performing work that does not earn piece rate wages. Essentially, anytime you are required to be at work, you must be separately paid at an hourly rate, whether you are earning piece rate wages or not. For example, an auto mechanic must be separately paid at an hourly rate when waiting for cars to service, cleaning the shop, or attending meetings. A truck driver must be separately paid at an hourly rate basically whenever the wheels stop rolling. For example, truck maintenance, fill-ups, loading, unloading, or even stopping for the bad weather. An installer must be separately paid at an hourly rate whenever he or she is not installing the item or performing the service. For example, traveling, training, meetings. Keep in mind that even if your employers tell you that the piece rate formula was intended to compensate you for pre and post shift duties, the fact that it did not separately compensate you at an hourly rate for those duties violates California law. You must also be compensated separately for your rest breaks and recovery periods at an hourly rate of no less than minimum wage. Under California law, non-exempt employees must be provided paid rest periods equal to at least 10 minutes for every 4 hours of work. Payment for rest breaks may not be included in the piece rate pay. They must be clearly documented on your pay stubs as a separate hourly wage. You must also be paid overtime at the proper rate. This means that in any work day in which you work overtime hours, those overtime hours you must be paid at a rate of 1.5 times or 2 times your regular pay, depending on the number of consecutive days and hours you work. Your wage statement must include additional information showing how your pay was calculated under the piece rate plan. In other words, your wage statement must detail the total hours of compensable rest breaks, recovery periods, and other time you spent on the job waiting for work or performing work that does not earn piece rate wages. The amount of piece rate items completed, the rate of compensation, and the gross wages paid for those period during the pay period, among other items, must be listed. California piece rate law is not the same as federal piece rate law, so it's very important that you know your rights under the California state law. If you believe your employer has violated California piece rate laws, you may be entitled to recover back wages, penalties, or other damages. If you have any question on this topic, please contact my office for free consultation. Please be sure to like and subscribe and turn on your notification.